Hi everyone, I'm Mauro from Vox Studio here in the UK, and today in our plugin review section I want to share with you one of my latest plugin discoveries. I'm talking about Titanium 3 by Acustica Audio. This is a fantastic 5-in-1 plugin. It's designed to be an EQ, a channel strip, a preamp, but today we're gonna be focused in the 3-band compressor. I was in need of one mixed bus compressor to glue my mixes, different to the SSL typical bus compressor that we choose for this task. And I tried this fantastic plugin and I really was impressed by the results. I like the versatility of the plugin, the color that the plugin adds to the signal, and also I think it's one of the best bus compressors I ever tried. And now, as always, a brief description of my Pro Tools session. Here you can see in the upper track the mix bus, where I get one instance of the Titanium 3 by Acustica Audio. Then you have a voice track, a synth, a bass, a drum, and my master. All the tracks are sent to a mix bus. This plugin is a 5-in-1 tool. Could be a 1-band mono compressor. Can be a Pultec type EQ with a preamp to add color to the signal. Also, you can use it as a preamp unit with 2 preamps with different kind of colors. Also, it's a channel strip with preamp, EQ, compressor, and many more functions that you can use as a channel strip. And can be a 3-band compressor. Now, let's hear the track that we're gonna work with today. All the tracks sound separate each other, don't sound like cohesive and need to be glued, but also need a little bit of color. So we're gonna use the Titanium 3 because I think it's the perfect bus compressor for this task. With these 3 bands that the compressor has, we're gonna get a fantastic tool to address these issues. Now I'm gonna explain the interface of the plugin. First, you get 3 meters, 1 per each channel. Then you get the 3 different band sections for high, mid and low frequencies. Then you get a switch to activate the preamp and another switch to activate the crossover to select the frequency that you want to work. In the high is 1.2 kHz to 6 kHz, and in the low is from 60 to 300 Hz. You get a bypass button and also a switch to go to the T1, the older version of the plugin. Each band has the standard threshold, ratio, attack and release. But also, we have another button that is the shape modulator. With this, you can fine-tune the attack. And now, let's hear this little beast in action, which is the most important test. I engage the preamp and also the crossover to fine-tune the attack. Now we hear only the high frequency band. I bypass the mid and the lows. Now we are hearing the mid. The mid-range sound more clear and present when the plugin is engaged. Now check the low. The low frequencies sound round and present. Now all together. Now bypass. Okay, pay attention to the snare. Sound louder and clear. The snare sound weaker when the plugin is bypassed. Now listen the bass in solo. The bass loses a lot of punch when the compressor is bypassed. Now we try the plugin in the synth. The change here is subtle when the compressor is bypassed, but the difference is audible. The pad loses presence. The difference is bigger in the mid and the low frequencies. In the vocals, as you can see, the difference is huge. The change is very dramatic. You can hear how the vocal goes back and is a bit buried inside the mix. It's not anymore in front of the mix. Okay, and now I'm gonna explain you how I set up the compressor to work in this way. First, I set up the high frequency channel, making very subtle movements to ensure that the changes that I apply to the original signal, it wasn't so dramatic. I adjust the threshold a little bit hard to make that the compressor react a little bit more and remove the harshness in the high end. As you can see, the ratio is 1.5, a medium attack, quick release, and I just increase a little bit the volume of the channel. Also, I use the modulator to fine-tune the attack. In the mid-range, I barely touch the threshold. The radio, I put it a little bit harder than in the high-frequency channel. The attack relatively slow, the release fast, and I increase few decibels only in the gain of the channel. I engage the preamp and I engage also the switch of the crossover. In the low frequency channel, I set up the threshold very subtle. The ratio I set up above 1.5, a fast attack and a medium release. Also, I increase very subtle the gain of this channel. As you can see, was very subtle movement, but very effective. This was our review of this amazing compressor. It's one of my favorite Vox compressors and I think is amazing, like normally the Acustica audio plugins are. I hope that you find this review useful for you, and if you like what you see, leave a comment, subscribe, share, activate the bell for the notification, and see you on the next one. But now, I want to take a little bit of your time to say to you thank you very much for the support and the feedback that you are giving to the channel in the last months. My idea is create a knowledge base with the videos for our clients in the studio and for people that are not our clients but want to learn and share about audio. Thank you very much for this support and for this feedback. Thank you very much for that, and see you on the next one.